this is how I'm going to judge each round, okay? You can see there are three main pillars, three main categories. One is respect, the second is style, third is analysis. Style and analysis, these two are what you would normally see in any debate competition. In any debate, tournament, whatever, where they have to decide on which team won, they're going to be looking at these two features, these two, performances. One, how good was the delivery? Can we hear you? Are you, engaging with the crowd? Are you making sense and delivering in a nice pace where it's easy to understand? All that good stuff. Analysis, excuse me, is the logic. How well structured are the arguments? Is it supported by good evidence? Are you making sense when you're making rebuttals? Does it connect to or is relevant to what the other team said? All that has to do with analysis. And the biggest part here, which is respect, as you can see, is 36%, as opposed to the latter two being 32%. I'm going to be looking into 6 different subcategories under respect. I didn't make this up, and it's existing framework that I'm just using to give myself some numbers behind your performances. So for respect, for each sub item, I will give you up to maximum 2 points, but that rarely happens. The minimum you can get is 0.5, which also rarely happens. You'll either get a 1 or 1.5. And these are the subcategories. I want to see if you're calm. Are you calm? Are you settled in? Are you like ready to talk in a mild mannered, civil, posture? Are you all hyperventilating or all, kind of freaking out or, am I seeing some emotional, struggle in your presentation? Then probably you want to be a little bit more calm. You want to be a little bit more easy in and getting ready, okay? The second is empathetic. Are you empathetic to, or in this case here, did the speaker try to consider the opposition's interest? So are you understanding what the other team is saying? Do you genuinely feel for why they're doing this? What is their key issue? If you can somehow relay that, say, I get your point, I see why this is important to you, but I still want to convince you the otherwise because of so-and-so reason. That's a really nice approach. You're explaining to everybody, not only to your opposition, to anybody listening to the debate, you're acknowledging the fact that you appreciate or at least know what the other team is about. What is their main interest? What is their core thing? And you are talking about that. You're still addressing it. That shows, for me at least, really good strategy and brilliance. So if you can do that, that's really good. Are you being fair? Right? Are you committing unwarranted offenses, or are you making outlandish claims just to win? Are you being fair? Are you being just? That's really what number 3 is about. Number 4 is, did the speaker show genuine acceptance and understanding? What this means is that once you guys have a little clash and have crossfires, there's going to be a situation where the other team's going to say something that's rational and fair, and it's only fair for you to concede and say, okay, that part I agree. That part I can nod along. But still, our team believes for these other reasons it's still worthwhile. If they make a fair assessment and you say, no, I don't believe it that way. No, I don't think so. If you just deny without accepting it as, okay, that sounds pretty reasonable and that's pretty fair, so I'm going to accept that. But that doesn't mean that we're throwing off the case or we're throwing in the towel. We're still going to persuade you as to why you want to vote for us, pick us. But that particular part that you mentioned, that sounds fair. If you manage to do that, that's a pretty good sign. So I want to see that if you can. Number 5, diligence is, are you trying your best to address the clashes? So anytime the two teams are bashing it out over a specific issue, are you being diligent in getting in there and dealing with it and trying to figure it out and untangle the mess? Are you trying to make that solution somehow be derived from that clash, or you're trying to get something out of it. That's something that I want to see. Okay. Last one, self-evident. Were the arguments self-evident to the speaker? How would I know? Again, it's for me watching as a judge, I'm making subjective judgments. But if I think that what you're saying is you're saying genuinely because you believe it to be true, then that holds a higher power. That holds more oomph. If you're just saying it just because you want to win the argument, it's not self-evident to you. It's self-evident that if you don't say this, then you might lose, and you're gonna deliberately change your views, your personal views, so that you can win the debate. That's not self-evident talk. And if, I mean, sometimes you might have to do that, which I understand, but if you can manage to talk by being self-evident, by saying anything or everything that's self-evident to you, that makes sense to you, and you believe it to be true, that gives you more points. It's because it sounds better. If it comes from genuine truth that you believe to be, if it comes from a place where you believe is genuinely true, then it shows on the delivery side, and it shows on how well you construct your arguments. So if it's self-evident truths to you, then I will be able to see it, or at least resonate with it. So I'll give you a higher score. Okay. So the style analysis is pretty straightforward. I think that if you speak in an understandable volume and not too fast, not too slow pace, but conversational enough for anybody to understand it and say they're having a decent conversation, that's good style. And everybody has their own style. Somebody speaks loud, somebody speaks not so loud, but still gets the message through. So some people tend to bring in a lot of elements. Some people just like to keep it simple. It's how you do it. It's your style, okay? Analysis is, are you following the material correctly, and are you making sense out of this, and all your questioning and anything that you add on to, is it all relevant? Does it link up? And if you are managing that well, then you get good points on analysis. For analysis and style, I'll give you a maximum to 9, minimum to 1. I will never give 1s or 9s. That never happened before. Most times you will fit maybe 5, 6, if you're not doing so well, 7 and 4 or 5 if you're not doing so well, 6, 7 if you're doing okay, 8 if I think you're doing very good. But rarely, I've never given a 9 before. So and it says it right here. 9 is divinely inspired, plausibly the best debating speeches ever given. That's how good it has to be. So I won't give a 9. That's it. It's it has to be that good. If I see it, then I might think of it. I might consider doing it, but never happened so far. Analysis is transcribing the speech and publishing it has world-changing implications. That's number 9 for analysis. If I were to type up everything that you guys said and I were to publish it, it has world-changing implications. That's how good it has to be. So I won't give a 9. The best you can get is an 8. I've given these a few times before, but most of you are going to fall within 4, 5, 6, 7. If it's not so well, then probably 4. If it's doing okay, then 5 or 6. If you're doing all right, then it's pretty good, then 7. If you're doing really well, I'll probably give you an 8. That's how it is, okay?